pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. The veteran kicker Robbie Gould set to get us started, and we are underway from Santa Clara. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. First down gets him a couple up to the 27. For the Packers and Niners, this, of course, a rematch of the NFC Championship game from a year ago. And that game belonged to the 49ers. You might remember Raheem Mostert. Boy, he really made a name for himself in that one. 220 yards on the ground, 4 touchdown runs in the 37-20 victory that sent the 49ers to Miami. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Complete to
the reception good for 7. It's third down.
It's a gain of 7. And this is third down.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. They run with Jones on first down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Taken down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And that will be incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Rodgers again now. And this one is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
That's at least a couple of times that they've tried to stretch the field here in this first quarter. They haven't been successful yet. But obviously they're going to keep trying, and maybe they'll find some seams underneath as this game progresses.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. This throw caught left side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Slant to Adams. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. 2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 5-yard line.
7-yard line.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar.
You circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And this is incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
I got you. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense, because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Garoppolo again. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
George Kittle.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll run with Mostert. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
The ball carrier.
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Into the first quarter with the score Niners 7, Packers 3.
This thrown quickly out to Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Complete.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And the Packer first down.
On first down, Rodgers buying time to his left. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds...
Got a man open. It's Adams.
Rodgers.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
Davante Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Davante Adams there to make the grab. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
Is good.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7.
49ers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Garoppolo steps away to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Go ahead.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And almost picked off.
Garoppolo.
I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay,
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
you're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least.
Now Garoppolo lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21.
Intercepted.
And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a 3rd-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's Rodgers. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
26 Mike. Let's go, D.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Edelman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts.
A loss of 2.
As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Robbie Gould on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And Gould is able to put it through, and that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It's a foot race. 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game.
San Francisco.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time. 3rd down here.
Incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Rodgers on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. It's McKenzie. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They hand it off to Mostert. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
The ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Christian Kirksey. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
53 is the mark. You must be getting tired of seeing me. I got this.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Intercepted.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come.
Packers 7.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now Garoppolo, flushed out right. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
49-yard line.
21.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
The ball carrier.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis, 53 yards. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for two. Garoppolo looks to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants in the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
Offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on 3rd down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. It got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. On play action, Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. Back now here in Santa Clara.
17.
It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter.
24-24. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Dante Pettis on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on
that time. They're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. There's some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had to read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll run right side with Mostert. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Oh, no, he lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. To throw, it's Garoppolo. This is caught at the 20. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about it if you're coming.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the 49ers have moved out in front. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score Niners 31, Packers 24.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Rodgers to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Mason Crosby.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called.
And now look at him go. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Niners 45. Packers 31.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eric Armstead in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. So the victory here for San Francisco. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football, where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for San Francisco, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.